like the fact that TTC 69 is kind of just lumped in with TTC 35 when we start talking about mobility and population explosion. Because I have not seen any projections that show me where between Texarkana and Houston the population is going to explode in the next 35 years. And I have not seen any projections that show that the population between Houston and Mexico is going to explode in the next 35 years. So the question that I have for TXDOT is, are you willing to admit right here and right now in front of all of us that TTC 69 is not about mobility, it's about commerce. It's about cargo and containers coming out from Mexico. That's what 69 is about. That's my first question.
The answer is no. It's not about cargoes and containers. Next question.
Let me tell you, I can tell you this, that Waller County, the citizens here, are not going to bear the burden so Walmart can get their cargo into the U.S. cheaper and faster. We've also heard about TXDOT's broke, okay? Now, we all know that we have a state gas tax. It's 20 cents a gallon. It has not been changed since 1991. Of that 20 cents, 10 cents goes to, or almost half of it is taken and goes to public education. Okay, our legislature has been robbing Peter to pay Paul, and it hasn't been going to what it's supposed to be going to. Now, that's why we're here today, because you're telling us that this is the only way we're going to be able to address mobility in Texas is through toll roads and public and private partnerships. But in 2006, the Texas Transportation Institute and the Texas Governor's Council, which is a group appointed by Governor Perry, did a study, and they found that if Texas raised the gas tax 8 cents a gallon and indexed those future increases for the increase in construction materials, Texas could raise $66 billion and have the bonds necessary to meet all of Texas mobility's needs without the use of toll roads. I want to know, if TXDOT does not agree with that study specifically, what portions of that study do you not agree with?
I don't agree with any of
them. Okay, you agree with no portions of the study was just completely bunk, even though it came out of one of the most reputable real estate centers, transportation institutes in the country.
You have to look at the factual information that was inputted. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What is 1 cent increase in the gas tax raise statewide?
You're the Transportation Commission, you tell me.
$118 million. Do the math. 8 cents. 8 cents raises $800 million. That will bond 10 times. 10 times. Okay? That doesn't get you home. Not even close to getting you home. No, not even close. And let me give you the other fact, and let's dispel the myth. It's not half of the gas tax statewide that goes to education. It's 5 cents. 5 cents. The other peels, the other $1.5 billion annually, get peeled out of Fund 6, which is gas tax, to school bus transportation, enhancement programs, and a plethora of other programs deemed by the legislature important. So that gets peeled out of Fund 6. So now you're just shrinking up the gas tax money each and every year. We have flat growth in income because cars are more fuel efficient than they were 10 years ago. Let me give you another fact. Over the last 5 years, highway construction index was increased by 63%. That means we build less road by 63 cents on the dollar. We're paying more for steel and more for cement and more for petroleum products. That's why we're shrinking up the dollar. So we're looking for all sorts of ways to finance these new roads in the state of Texas. So let's get the fact and the fiction. The fact is it's 5 cents. And the other fact is it's $1.5 billion a year that goes away to something other than transportation when you fill your car.
Okay. This is good, but let me answer this question. The report, the people that wrote the report, says that one of the biggest differences between their conclusions and TXDOT is that TXDOT has overestimated what is going to be needed to address Texas transportation by $20 billion.
All right, let me give you the fact and the fiction again. The fact is, all of that information comes in from that MPO we talked about earlier. Galveston Houston MPO determines their needs. They determine their needs, they send it to Austin. They say, here's our needs. Dallas, Fort Worth, they send in their needs. We compile all those needs from the metropolitan areas and we say, here are the statewide needs, as prescribed by local officials and volunteers that aren't elected. They say, we want this road built, we want your Walter County toll road built, you want some money, whatever the need is, it's disseminated to Austin. It is put up on a board and says, here's the need for all the metros, and then we add in the rules. Unfortunately, we've got to connect this state from 45 to Dallas, all over that connectivity. That gets planned in. So now we had, how long ago was the $86 billion need?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. We have a 63% cost index. It's costing us now 63% more, not each and every year, but in the last 5 years, so about, if you want to average it, 20% a year, it costs more to build a road. You're on the authority in your county, and that's exactly what's happening to us. The diminishing purchasing power of the dollar, the appeals by the state legislature, and flat rhetoric.
Okay, well, let me ask you this question.